Well, spoiler alert, I know that some of my subscribers also subscribe to Zero Dark Tony, so I'm going to try to get through the basics very quickly and we can get into the main controversy. So, for those now catching up, the anti Scientology scene has been shifting drastically. And after Aaron Smith Levin had a falling out with his quote, former allies on the Aftermath Foundation, he inspired the alleged squirrel people in LA and other places to go protest, although I don't think we want to call it protest. And some of the prominent people called out were DOA, Defender of Ants, and Daniel, and they've been not exactly telling the whole truth. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been embroiled in the hot dog slash grill war. So essentially, DOA set up a grill, and some Scientology people who they were filming and clearly annoyed decided to, well, I guess, attack his grill. So one of them basically just hit his grill, spilled the hot dogs, and DOA got all kind of mad. And then Daniel, for whatever reason, decided to be Batman and started following one of these people. And we're going to hear a little bit of this insanity.
Sunset and Catalina. He has turned left into Sunset.
Okay, sir. So again,
I'm not following anymore. I'm just
There's really not much to see. Yeah, they spilled the hot dogs, and Daniel becomes Batman, stalking this man. And the police repeatedly told him, stop following him. And eventually he complied. But yeah, he was following him for quite some time. Now, what's the controversy? Well, usually the squirrel people stream what they're doing. But more recently, again, let's be obviously not naive, but they've been doing this for a while, is that when the streams don't show them in the best light, they tend to take down the streams or re-edit or manipulate the streams to make themselves look good. We've had this thing with Tao Hayun where he was caught on camera admitting that he was just grifting and he didn't really care about activism. And so we tried to take that one down, but it still stayed up. So this has just been a structural problem that the whole point of the streams was to, quote, expose the Scientologists. And sometimes they do. However, sometimes they expose themselves, and that puts them in a tricky situation. So apparently they've been deleting portions of this hot dog war or grill war to make themselves look good. And it got even more ridiculous with DOA faking a panic attack.
I'm in fear of my life. Okay, now we're going to hear... DOA is screaming at the police, literally lying to the police this whole time. I'm being attacked. I'm in fear for my life. You're in fear for your life? Well,
obviously, I don't believe DOA. He's just lying to us. But here, I think, is the main controversy. And this is where Zero Dark Tony, I think, was going off in the wrong direction. Namely, how Aaron Smith Levin, who, again, is promoting these people, well, what's he going to do? Is he going to just keep on basically co-signing their lying and co-signing their grifting? Or is it going to get so bad, eventually he's going to walk away? Well, again, this is nothing new. Aaron did this before. For instance, he was promoting this guy called Angry Gay Pope for a long time because they were doing propaganda together. Same thing with Zero Dark Tony. They were doing propaganda together, but then Aaron tried to walk away from him. So he's had this tendency to just try to select people to basically be his enforcers, do propaganda work, and he can appear to be completely clean. But obviously, we know this is a lie. So again, this is nothing new in terms of business model. I would assume the obvious that when more and more things are going to get out about DOA, and I'm doing my own research, and it's pretty shocking that he just keeps leaping and leaping to these various movements. He tries to make enough money, get enough of an audience, and then just moves on to another audience. So I would assume the obvious, as soon as DOA, it gets embarrassing enough, he's just going to move to another audience and then lie about what happened with the, quote, anti-Scientologist, saying, well, wait, what happened? I gotta change the channel, there was a lot of trolls, and the trolls, they were trolling, and it wasn't good for my mental health, and I got to move on. Tao Hayun has already done this, saying, well, I want to do the protesting, but people are just asking all these uncomfortable questions, so I'm just gonna move into a new phase, and so on and so forth. So I would just assume the obvious. Aaron is just going to look at the numbers and say, okay, more people hate DOA than like him, so I'm going to stop advertising him. And that's all this is turning into, just a big, long advertising campaign for these alleged Hollywood celebrities. But, as Hollywood celebrities go, I got to be honest, I don't think Daniel or DOA are in the Tom Cruise kind of level. But again, if they think this is what's going to work for them, they're going to keep doing this. But I think the rest of us are like, well, if this is a reality TV show, I'm going to have to move on to another one because this one is not very amusing and it's not very educational at all.